Nobody was ready for this. Not Blueface, not Jaidyn, not Chrisean, not even the people who've been living inside this drama for years. Because when Blueface's third baby mama picked up the phone and said the 3 letters every celebrity fears, CPS, the entire internet stopped. The call wasn't emotional, it wasn't frantic, it wasn't confused. It was calm, calculated, cold, like she'd been waiting for the perfect moment to drop a nuclear bomb on Jaidyn's world. And the first thing she said to the operator was, "I need to report a situation involving Blueface's kids." The internet exploded. People were screaming, "Wait, she called CPS on Jaidyn. Blueface's house is done. This is war. She really went there?" But the real shock came moments later, when Chrisean Rock entered the storyline. Because Chrisean didn't stay silent, she didn't stay neutral, she didn't pretend she didn't hear what happened. She rebuked Blueface, publicly, boldly, ferociously. She posted a message so direct, so icy, so unapologetic, it slapped the entire timeline into silence. "You created this drama. You brought these women into your mess. Don't act confused when they go after each other, or after your kids." People lost their minds. Chrisean checked him. She exposed Blueface. She's done playing nice. Chiree, this is getting dark. Meanwhile, Jaidyn was still quiet, too quiet, because insiders claim she found out about the CPS call online. Not from Blueface, not from anyone close, but from the same viral clip that shocked the world. And the clip gets worse. In the CPS call, Blueface's third baby mama allegedly says, "The kids are not safe. You need to check that home." The internet unraveled, because if CPS investigates Jaidyn, that means cameras. That means documentation. That means questions. That means Blueface can't control the narrative anymore. But the most chilling part? A leaked screenshot, a text message from an unknown sender, telling Chrisean, "You don't know the half of it. This wasn't about the kids, this was about you." That's when everything flipped. If the CPS call wasn't actually about Jaidyn, if it was really aimed at Chrisean, if she was the real target, then this isn't a baby mama war, this is a strategy, a trap, a setup, a domino waiting to fall. And the world wants to know who told Blueface's third baby mama to make that call. What does Jaidyn know that she hasn't said yet? And why did they drag CPS into a war that's been boiling for years, long before anyone picked up a phone, long before CPS got involved, long before Chrisean's rebuke slapped the entire internet silent? This story had already been building in the shadows for months, because nothing in Blueface's world, not the breakups, not the makeups, not the fights, not the public meltdowns, not the alliances that last 24 hours, ever happens in isolation. Everything is connected, everything is layered, everything is part of a long, messy, emotional history that started years ago with one man and 3 women who never wanted to share him, but ended up entangled in the same chaotic universe anyway. It began with Blueface and Jaidyn, the original, the one who knew him before fame, before virality, before Chrisean, before the Zeus cameras, before the chaos. She was there in the background of every early studio video, every apartment argument, every court hearing, every celebration. Loyal, ride or die, invisible to the world but central to his life. But then came the fame, the tours, the parties, the new faces, the Instagram models, and then the one woman who changed the entire timeline, Chrisean Rock. She wasn't just another girl. She wasn't just a fling. She wasn't just a storyline. She became the storm, the chaos, the soulmate, the rival, the heartbreak, the one who made Jaidyn feel replaced, even though Jaidyn was the one who had been there from the start. And in that tension between the first and the chosen and the viral, another name slid quietly into the picture. Blueface's third baby mama. People don't talk about her enough. She isn't loud like Chrisean. She isn't present like Jaidyn. She doesn't clap back publicly. She doesn't fight on live. She doesn't pull up with drama. She plays chess. Silently, strategically, patiently. While everyone else is screaming, she's watching. While everyone else is posting, she's planning. While everyone else is falling apart, she's waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And that moment came when she realized something nobody else wanted to admit. Jaidyn was getting comfortable, the new house, the new image, the private school, the family Brandon, the narrative that she was the stable one. The whisper that Blueface always comes back to her. That narrative threatened her place, because in Blueface's chaotic universe, whoever looks the most stable often becomes the most powerful. The third baby mama saw the shift. She saw fans switching sides. She saw people saying, Jaidyn won. She got him. She's the real one. She's becoming the main. And she didn't like that. Not at all. But the real trigger didn't come from Jaidyn. It came from the one woman she never expected to get support from, Chrisean. Because when Chrisean began calling out Blueface publicly, not for cheating, not for disrespect, but for how he handled his kids, the third baby mama felt exposed, because now the world was asking the questions she didn't want anyone asking. Where was Blueface really spending his nights? Who did he trust with which kids? Who was raising whose child? Who was competing for his attention? Who did he prioritize? Who was telling him what to post? Who was feeding him narratives? Who was influencing his decisions? Suddenly, she wasn't just another baby mama, she was a suspect, a piece of the puzzle, a factor in the chaos, and in her mind, Jaidyn was the reason. Jaidyn was the one living the family woman narrative. Jaidyn was the one fans were defending. Jaidyn was the one who got the house. Jaidyn was the one who looked stable, clean, and maternal. Meanwhile, the third baby mama felt invisible, overlooked, underestimated, dismissed, like the world didn't respect her position as a mother. And in the middle of all of this, Blueface was clowning online, Chrisean was calling him out, Jaidyn was flaunting her wins, blogs were picking sides, fans were rewriting history, and the third baby mama snapped. Quietly, privately, but permanently. That's when CPS enters the story. It wasn't random, it wasn't emotional, it wasn't impulsive, it was calculated. Because the one thing she knew for certain, the one vulnerability she could exploit, was that any accusation involving kids would instantly send Blueface and Jaidyn into damage control, even if the claim wasn't true, even if it was exaggerated, even if it was strategic. And when the CPS call leaked, everyone assumed it came from jealousy, but it didn't. It came from something deeper, something older, something that started 2 years ago when Jaidyn allegedly told the third baby mama in a DM, "Your kid won't change anything for him." The world didn't know that message existed, but she never forgot it. And when CPS asked her, "Why are you calling today?" she didn't just accuse, she didn't just complain, she didn't just vent. She said, "I've been holding this in for a long time." Those 7 words changed everything, because this wasn't a random call. This was the result of years of tension, competition, resentment, and the belief that Jaidyn was being elevated while she was being erased. But the twist? The CPS call wasn't aimed at Jaidyn alone. Insiders claim she dropped a second name in that conversation, and when Blueface figured out who that second name was, he finally understood why Chrisean rebuked him so boldly. The truth didn't leak slowly. It didn't creep out over days. It didn't come from a reporter, a YouTuber, a gossip page, or even Blueface himself. It came from the CPS call, because someone inside the CPS office risked their entire job to leak the audio. And when the clip hit the internet, when fans heard exactly what Blueface's third baby mama said, the entire storyline flipped on its head. The call didn't start calmly, it didn't start gently, it didn't even start neutrally. It started with fire, her voice shaken, not with fear, but with anger. "I need to report a situation involving Blueface's kids and the people around them." And the people around them. That was the first sign. This wasn't just about Jaidyn. This wasn't just a custody situation. This wasn't just jealousy or rivalry. This was an attack, a targeted strike. The CPS worker asked, "Who are you filing the concern about specifically?" And instead of saying Jaidyn, instead of saying the mother, instead of saying one home, she took a deep breath, and said 2 names. 2. The internet only heard the first one at first. Jaidyn Alexis. But the second name was the one that made CPS sit up straight, that made the internet explode, that made fans, haters, and bloggers lose their collective minds. And Chrisean rock. That was the moment Chrisean's rebuke finally made sense. This wasn't about Jaidyn. This wasn't about concern for the kids. This wasn't a maternal complaint. This was a full-blown double-sided strike aimed at both women in Blueface's life. The CPS worker sounded surprised. "You're reporting both women?" And the third baby mama responded with the sentence that turned this situation into a war. "They both have influence on the kids. They both create chaos. They both are part of the problem. Someone needs to intervene." Fans screamed at their phones. "She really said Chrisean. She snitched on both of them. This baby mama is playing chess. Chrissy was never the accidental target. This is why Chrisean rebuked Blue." But the audio continued, and it got darker, because the CPS worker asked, "What exactly are you concerned about?" And she answered, "Jaidyn doesn't control her house. Chrisean's influence spills into everything, and Blueface exposes the kids to all of it." That one sentence exposed the real intention. This wasn't a complaint about parenting. This was a complaint about the environment Blueface created and the 2 women he keeps pitting against each other. But the first twist came when the audio revealed why the third baby mama suddenly snapped. The CPS worker asked, "What happened today that made you call?" And she said, "I saw something online and I realized my child is at risk too. He puts all of them in danger. The drama doesn't stop. And her voice tightened, she feeds it." People speculated, was she talking about Jaidyn or Chrisean? The call didn't clarify. But then, the second half of the leak dropped, the part nobody believed was real until they heard it themselves. Typos, receipts, screenshots, voice notes, all flying across group chats, all showing the same terrifying detail. In her official statement, Blueface's third baby mama claimed there was an altercation involving Blueface, Jaidyn, and a third female. Not Chrisean, someone else, someone who wasn't named, someone the internet didn't know was involved, someone who had no business being around the kids. And when the CPS worker pressed, "Who was the third female?" the baby mama froze for a second and said, "I can't say her name, but Blueface knows." That one line threw gasoline on the entire situation. Who was the third female? A new girl? A secret fling? A friend of his? Someone from his team? Someone from Jaidyn's circle? Someone from Chrisean's past? Fans went crazy. Blueface got another girl in this? This man is a chaos factory. Who is the third woman? She knows but won't say? This is getting ugly. And then, the first real confrontation happened. Not in person, not in a studio, not on a phone call. It happened live. Because Blueface, in classic Blueface fashion, went on Instagram talking about everything except the CPS call, laughing, trolling, posting jokes, avoiding the smoke, until Chrisean jumped into the comments. With one message that cut through the entire live like a blade. "You really let her call on both your baby mamas and you still joking? Handle your damn family." The internet went ballistic. Chrisean herself pulled the pin. Blueface froze on live, tried to brush it off, tried to stay cocky, tried to grin. But you could see the shift in his face. He knew. He knew the clip leaked. He knew the second name was exposed. He knew his third baby mama had turned on everybody. He knew Chrisean wasn't backing down, and he knew Jaidyn was about to blow. Because minutes later, a leaked private message from Jaidyn started circulating. A message sent to a close friend. "If she wants to drag CPS into this, I'll tell everything." Everything? What everything? What does Jaidyn know? What has she been holding back? What is she ready to expose? People started connecting dots. The late-night arguments, the deleted tweets, the breakdowns, the bruises fans noticed, the third baby mama's jealousy, the sudden CPS call, the missing name of the third female, Chrisean's public rebuke, Blueface's deflection, Jaidyn's threat. But the twist wasn't Jaidyn's message. It wasn't Chrisean's comment. It wasn't the CPS audio. It was the last sentence in the leaked call. Right before the file ends, you can hear the third baby mama whisper, "I'm not the only one calling. Someone else is filing too." Someone else. A second report. A second person calling CPS. A second force entering the storyline, and when CPS cross-referenced the two reports, both complaints listed the same person as the biggest danger to the kids. Not Jaidyn, not Chrisean, not the mysterious third female. Blueface himself. The moment CPS confirmed a second caller, the internet assumed it was a neighbor, a jealous friend, maybe even a troll trying to stir the pot. Nobody was ready for the truth, because the second caller wasn't a neighbor, wasn't a friend, wasn't a troll. Wasn't even someone from Jaidyn or Chrisean's worlds. It was someone brand new, someone nobody even knew existed. A fourth baby mama. The internet went blank. Not shocked, not confused, not outraged, just blank. Because the fourth baby mama didn't come onto the scene with a tweet or a live or a messy IG story. She didn't introduce herself with drama. She didn't expose texts. She didn't show receipts. She walked straight into CPS with a folder, a literal folder. Inside it, screenshots, time-stamped photos, notes, messages, voice recordings. Everything she claimed proved one thing. She had a child with Blueface. She had been quiet. She had been watching. She had been waiting. And now she was done. Her statement leaked minutes after the report was filed. "I didn't come forward for attention. I came forward because all these kids are in danger and the mothers are too busy fighting each other to see what's really happening." The internet erupted. A fourth? This man doesn't stop. Not another baby? Chrissy, Jaidyn, baby mama number 3, and now this. Bro, this is a series, not a life. But the real shock wasn't that she existed. It was what she revealed. Because in her official statement, she didn't just list concerns about Blueface. She didn't just mention the chaos, the violence, the environment. She mentioned the same third female the first caller referenced. CPS asked her, "How do you know about this person?" Her answer shifted the entire story. "Because she was at my house too." People lost their minds. The mysterious third female wasn't a one-time incident. She wasn't a random girl. She wasn't a stranger. She was someone Blueface had been rotating between multiple homes, causing conflict, spreading tension, and manipulating situations to make each mother feel insecure. And when the fourth baby mama realized Blueface was juggling all the women and exposing the kids to it, she finally snapped. But here's the twist. She said she had confronted him, privately, calmly, directly, about keeping the kids safe, and that's when he allegedly said the sentence that detonated CPS involvement. "You're not my priority right now. Go figure it out like the others did." The others, not Jaidyn, not Chrissy, not the third one. The others, plural. The fourth baby mama said she walked out of that conversation shaken, not angry, not jealous, not emotional, shaken. Because in her words, he didn't care. He didn't think anyone would ever speak up. He didn't think we'd talk to each other. He didn't think we'd compare stories. He didn't think we would become the threat. And then she revealed the first bombshell. "We did talk to each other. That's how I learned what happened that night at Erica's." The internet screamed, "Erica? What does she have to do with this? Why is she in every story? What night?" The fourth baby, mama dropped the second bombshell. "I wasn't going to say anything until I realized one of them was lying." One of the other baby mamas told CPS the entire truth, including the third female in the house the night Charlie wasn't home. But the fourth baby mama said, "That girl wasn't the only one. There was someone else there, someone the others don't know about." A fourth female? The internet stopped breathing, but the CPS worker pushed. Who was the fourth person? Silence on the recording, a long shaky breath, and then, "If I say her name, I'm putting myself and my child in danger. But Blueface knows." Boom. The entire situation spiraled because now CPS had 2 separate reports, 2 different call recordings, 2 conflicting timelines, 2 accusing both Jaidyn and Chrisean, 2 naming a mystery girl, 2 hinting at a 4th girl, and 2 placing Blueface at the center of everything. Meanwhile, Blueface was still online, laughing, trolling, posting memes, avoiding responsibility like nothing was happening. Until Jaidyn finally snapped. Someone leaked a voice note she sent to a close friend. "I've been quiet long enough. This man got 3 women calling CPS because he's playing games with people's kids. Not just mine. Not just mine." And then the voice note took a sharp turn. "And I know who the 4th baby mama is. She thinks she's slick. But I kept receipts." Receipts of what? Proof of what? Messages, videos, dates, DNA, screenshots, something bigger. Chrisean also jumped into the fight, but not publicly, not with attitude, not with jokes. She posted a message clearly aimed at Blueface. "This isn't about who you slept with anymore. This is about the kids. If you don't stop, someone's gonna lose custody. Maybe you." Fans went feral. Chrissy speaking truth? She finally seeing Blueface for who he is. This is a full collapse. Then something even crazier dropped. A neighbor near Blueface's house recorded a video of CPS pulling up in an unmarked SUV with 2 agents stepping out, and the neighbor said, "They came twice today." Twice, 2 different reports, 2 different investigations, 2 different suspects. But the twist, CPS wasn't there for Jaidyn or Chrisean. They were there for Blueface because someone with information, someone who had been in the house, someone who was sick of the chaos, filed a 3rd report. But this time, they didn't list Jaidyn, they didn't list Chrisean, they didn't list another woman, they listed him, Blueface Hob, and the anonymous caller said, "He is the common denominator. He is the danger. He is the problem. The mothers fight because he makes them fight. The chaos is intentional. The kids are exposed because of him. Check his behavior. The internet buckled. A 3rd caller, a 3rd report, a 3rd angle." But CPS didn't stop there. They confirmed something that sent the entire internet into meltdown. Based on the reports, there are indications of a 4th child involved. A 4th child, meaning the 4th baby mama wasn't lying. She wasn't exaggerating. She wasn't pretending. She wasn't clout chasing. She was the missing piece. And now the whole world wants to know, who is she? Where is the child? Why was she silent for so long? What did she see? Why did she join CPS? And what does she know about the 3rd and 4th females? Because the final line of her statement is the darkest yet. "If you want the truth, follow the girl nobody knew existed. She's the reason all of this is coming out." The moment CPS confirmed a 4th child, the internet didn't just react. It went into a level of hysteria nobody was prepared for. People weren't tweeting. They were screaming, live streaming, breaking down in real time. Timeline flooded instantly. A 4th baby mama? This man is a walking maternity ward. We need names now. There's no way Blueface hit a whole child. Chrisean wasn't even the biggest twist. But the first major reaction didn't come from fans, it came from Jaidyn. For hours she stayed silent while people dragged her, silent while conspiracy pages analyzed her, silent while strangers dissected her whole life. But then she finally snapped. On her private spam page, the one only close friends follow, she posted a message that leaked within minutes. "I'm not covering for him anymore. He put us all in danger. If that girl wants to play Mother of the Year, she better be ready to show DNA." DNA. The word detonated the internet. Screenshots flew everywhere. Jaidyn said DNA. She knows who baby mama number 4 is. She ready to expose? Then her next message leaked. "I've been new about her, but she wasn't supposed to come for me." Fans lost it. She knew? How many lies did Blueface tell? The house of cards is fallen. But while Jaidyn fired shots privately, Chrisean took a completely different approach. She didn't yell, she didn't drag, she didn't even mention Jaidyn. She posted receipts, a screen recording of messages between her and Blueface from months ago. Blueface texting, "Don't mention her, I'm handling it. She not important. Mind your business. She knows her role. Don't get involved." And then a voice note from Blueface saying, "She ain't gonna pop out, trust me." The moment those receipts hit the internet, everyone screamed, "Chrissy had proof this whole time? He lied to Chrisean too? He tried to hide the fourth baby from her?" But the most damning line came from Chrisean herself. "He been lying to me, to Jaidyn, to all of us. If he kept a whole baby secret, what else is he hiding?" That one sentence pulled every woman into alignment for the first time ever. This wasn't girl versus girl. This wasn't baby mama drama. This wasn't jealousy. This wasn't competition. It was one man misleading, manipulating, and playing everyone. And fans made it clear, the women aren't the problem, he is. The common denominator is Blueface. The kids are caught in his mess. He needs to be held accountable. Meanwhile, Blueface did exactly what the internet expected. He spiraled, not quietly, not privately, publicly. He went live from a bathroom, shirtless, half laughing, half panicking. "They lying on me, ain't no fourth baby, y'all believe anything." But his eyes told the truth. He wasn't calm, he wasn't confident, he wasn't amused, he was scared. Then he slipped. He said, "I know who called CPS, I know why she did it, and I know who told her to do it." That line sent fans into full detective mode. Who told the fourth baby mama to call? Who manipulated her? Who is she connected to? Who benefits from exposing Blueface? Who wants this drama in the open? And then, the internet got its first real look at baby mama for 4. A blogger posted a blurred photo, a woman in athletic clothes, leaving a CPS building with a folder in her hand, face hidden under sunglasses and a hoodie. People zoomed in like FBI agents, the hair, the nails, the walk, the height, the shoes. Comments exploded, "I know who that is. Wait, ain't she from LA? She a trainer? Blueface been messing with her? I seen her with his sister before. She used to follow Jaidyn's business page." A second photo leaked, this time clearer. A woman with long braids, tattoos on her wrist, and a very familiar profile. Too familiar. One user posted, "Stop playing. That's the girl Blueface brought to the bowling alley last year." Another, "She was at the same party as Carlissa. They all know each other." Suddenly, the theory shifted. Baby mama number 4 wasn't random, wasn't distant, wasn't irrelevant. She had been in the background, quiet, watching, listening, in the same rooms as Jaidyn, as Chrisean, as the third baby mama, as Blueface's family. And she wasn't alone in the CPS office. She was seen talking to another woman, a second person, someone older, someone familiar. An eyewitness said she walked in with a lady who looked like she knew everything. When photos surfaced, the internet froze, because the woman standing with baby mama number 4 looked like someone connected deeply to Blueface's world, someone who shouldn't be involved, someone who shouldn't be advising, someone who shouldn't be guiding her. Nobody wanted to believe it. But the photos were clear, too clear. Baby mama number 4 was standing next to a woman who looked exactly like Carlissa, Blueface's mother. The timeline erupted. No way his own mom helped the fourth baby mama. Carlissa and CPS? Nah, this is a movie. She'd been trying to take him down for years. This is family warfare. Bro, his mom is really part of this. Within minutes, Carlissa went live denying everything. "That ain't me, stop putting me in mess, I don't know that girl." But her voice was shaking. She was sweating. And Instagram comments tore her apart. "She lying. She been plotting. She hates Blueface's choices. She wants custody power. This just got 10x messier." Then Jaidyn posted a cryptic line. "Trust me, his mom knows exactly who that girl is." And Chrisean added fuel. "Everything comes to the light. every lie. Fans took one look at those two messages and knew this wasn't a coincidence. This wasn't a random report. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was a setup, a coordinated attack, a quiet alliance between women Blueface played and a mother he alienated. But the biggest shock came from the fourth baby mama herself. She wrote one message online: "I'm not done yet. The real story comes out next." The fourth baby, Mama didn't drop her identity with a selfie. She didn't go live. She didn't argue. She didn't rant. She dropped it the same way she entered the storyline, quietly, strategically. With a single move that shook the entire internet into silence, she posted one photo, black and white, no caption, just her hand and a birth certificate. The father line left blank. But the mother's name lit the internet on fire because people instantly recognized it. The name wasn't random. It wasn't unfamiliar. It wasn't new. It was someone everyone had seen before. In videos and photos, in the background of Blueface's chaotic life, a girl who was always nearby, always quiet, always smiling, always overlooked. A girl who stood next to Blueface in multiple clips, who fans thought was a cousin, who fans thought was a stylist, who fans thought was just a friend. A girl who was at the bowling alley incident, at the studio sessions, at the parties, at the house in the background of IG Lives. The fourth baby mama was the girl Blueface's sister introduced to him last year. When the internet realized who she was, the storyline detonated. No way she's the fourth. Callie really set this up? She been in our face this whole time? Blueface smashed his sister's friend? This family is a circus. But the real shock wasn't her identity, it was what she said next. She finally posted a caption, 8 words. 8 words that flipped the entire timeline inside out. "He promised me he would claim our son. Our son." It wasn't a rumor. It wasn't speculation. It wasn't a bluff. It wasn't a threat. She had a baby. She had been silent. She had been waiting. And she had been lied to. But the darkest part? She didn't blame Blueface alone. Her caption continued, and she told me to stay quiet. Who is she? And then she tagged someone, not Jaidyn, not Chrisean, not baby mama number 3, not Carlissa. She tagged Blueface's own sister. The internet collapsed. Kaylee was hiding a whole baby? She was the one who kept her quiet? What kind of family dynamic is this? She protected her brother in the worst way. This is sick, just sick. Kaylee went live immediately, panicking, screaming, shaking. "That baby ain't my brother's. She lying. Don't let her fool y'all. She clout chasing, she obsessed, she a fan." But while Kaylee screamed, the fourth baby mama posted another photo. This time, a screenshot of texts between her and Callie. "Callie, don't post nothing. He don't need more problems. I'll talk to him. Just chill. We dealing with Chrissy and Jaidyn already. You adding to it makes it worse. You knew what it was. Just keep quiet." Fans lost their minds. Callie gaslighting her? Blueface family covering up a baby? She knew. But the final twist wasn't the baby. It wasn't the fourth mama. It wasn't Carlissa. It wasn't Jaidyn. It wasn't Chrisean. It wasn't Callie. It came from CPS. A CPS insider leaked one line from the new updated investigation file. Just one, but it turned this entire story from messy to dangerous. Multiple reports indicate a fifth woman present during key incidents. A fifth woman, a fifth. Not a baby mama, not an ex, not family, someone else. Someone who hasn't been identified, someone who hasn't been named, someone who is connected to Blueface behind the scenes, someone who was there the night the fights happened, someone who was at his house more than people realized, someone the fourth baby mama hinted about, a fifth woman, a woman CPS is now actively searching for. And the leaked note ended with, "This individual is considered crucial to the case." Fans went feral. A fifth? Who TF is she? This just got dark. He is finished. Someone else is about to fall out the sky. TikTok detectives started digging immediately, zooming into background shadows, analyzing voices and lives, matching jewelry, matching silhouettes, matching reflections, and then someone found something. A blurry reflection in a mirror from a video Blueface filmed weeks ago. A woman leaning over near the doorframe, not Jaidyn, not Chrissy, not baby mama number 3, not baby mama number 4, not his sister, not his mother, someone else, someone nobody has identified yet. The internet froze, because this means Blueface hasn't just been lying. He hasn't just been cheating. He hasn't just been hiding kids. He's been hiding a whole 5th woman who might be tied to all of the CPS reports. And the 4th baby mama ended the night with one terrifying message. If the 5th woman speaks, Blueface won't be the only one exposed. The timeline doesn't breathe, because that means there is someone out there with information that can destroy everyone in this storyline. If you made it to this point, if your jaw is tight, if your heart is pounding, if you're still trying to process the 4th baby mama and the possibility of a 5th woman hiding in the shadows, then you already know this story is not over, not even close, and the next episode might be the biggest explosion yet, because now we're dealing with a hidden baby, a mother who was told to stay quiet, Carlissa low-key involved, Jaidyn ready to drop DNA receipts, Chrisean exposing private texts, baby mama number 3 stirring the pot, CPS investigating multiple locations, and a mystery 5th woman CPS is actively looking for. So now I need you. Drop your theories in the comments right now. Who do you think the 5th woman is? Someone from Blueface's past? A girl from his team? A woman tied to Jaidyn? A friend of Chrisean? Someone from Carlissa's circle? Or a whole new player we haven't even seen yet? Tell me, do you believe baby mama number 4 is telling the truth, or is she hiding something even bigger? Tell me, why did Kali tell her to stay quiet? What was she trying to protect? And who exactly was she trying to protect? Tell me, is Blueface hiding more than one child, or hiding something much darker? Hit like if this episode had you yelling out loud. Hit like if your head is still spinning. Hit like if you need the next chapter immediately. And make sure you subscribe, because episode 2 uncovers the identity of the 5th woman, the real reason CPS came twice, the receipts Jaidyn has been sitting on, the truth behind Kali's involvement, and the one detail baby mama number 4 still hasn't revealed. Turn on notifications now, because the next twist won't just break the internet, it will detonate it. Now tell me in the comments, who do you think the 5th woman is?